Every time they went out, they tied a rope around their waists, all because their mother had told them the world had long since ended, and all humans had turned into terrifying man-eating monsters. The only things that could protect them were the old house their grandfather had left them, and these 3 ropes connected to the house's foundation. So every day before they left, their mother would remind them, "These ropes are your lifeline."
Never let go. Never let go.
A monster, flicking its tongue, suddenly crawled out. Fortunately, Mom arrived just in time. She tightly bound the 3 of them together with the rope, preventing the monster from reaching them. When the 3 returned home safely, Mom immediately ordered them to kneel and recite the prayer they always used for blessings.
Say it!
O blessed house of ancient wood, shelter to the pure and good.
Only after confirming they weren't possessed by the monster did Mother cautiously sheath her dagger. Sam's sprained ankle made their already dire situation even worse. Soon their stored food began to run out. To solve the food crisis, Mother tried splicing 3 ropes together, hoping to venture farther for game. Yet the spirits constantly disrupted her hunts, leaving her empty-handed each time. She resorted to chipping bark for sustenance, but the children were entering their growth spurt. Mom made a heart-wrenching decision to eat their last pet, Coda the dog. Nolan protested immediately, having long considered Coda family, but Mom gave him no choice. With Sam's tacit approval, she ignored Nolan's pleas and took the dog outside to kill it. But just as she was about to strike, Nolan suddenly appeared outside wielding a hatchet. Ignoring his mother's protests, he severed the rope with a single blow and locked her inside the room. No matter how she pleaded, Nolan remained unmoved. Sam suddenly arrived from the old house. He tackled Nolan, trying to rescue his mother, but it was too late. The next moment, the monster transformed into an old woman. And so, following his father, grandfather, and grandmother, his mother too was taken from them. Sam never recovered. Without his mother, it was as if his world had ended. From that day on, Nolan shouldered the responsibility of finding food. That very day, he stumbled upon uncharted territory. The ground here was hard as iron, with a solid yellow line stretching into the distance. Nolan suddenly realized this might be the human world his mother had spoken of. He immediately shouted for help in all directions, but no one answered. Yet when he returned to the old house, a man dressed in bright colors unexpectedly followed behind him. The stranger claimed to be a backpacker traveling through the area, having followed the cries for help. Nolan was utterly bewildered. Though his mother was gone, he didn't believe in demons or monsters. Yet encountering a living stranger for the first time left him utterly at a loss. Fortunately, the man showed no hostility. After realizing the boy only wanted food, he shared his supplies. Unexpectedly, Sam emerged holding a crossbow. The stranger turned to flee at the sight, but Sam paid no heed. Convinced the man was the demon his mother had warned of, he ignored Nolan's pleas and fired a deadly arrow at the stranger. Nolan took the man's backpack as he'd intended. Back home, he immediately ransacked all the food. After months of gnawing tree bark, he finally tasted real food for the first time. Yet Sam remained convinced this was the devil's trap. With that, he retreated alone to his mother's room to stare blankly at the vanity once more. But hunger soon overpowered his resolve. He grabbed the food from the table and began devouring it greedily. Among the man's belongings, he discovered the man apparently had a daughter. Only then did he realize he might have truly made a mistake. But then he picked up the flashlight and began to fiddle with it. The next second, a sudden noise echoed through the sunroom, startling him instantly. Had his mother's corpse risen from the dead? It turned out that since that day, they hadn't had time to bury his mother yet. He cautiously approached the sunroom with the flashlight, hoping for some miracle to occur. Unexpectedly, the next second, he hurriedly opened the door, only to find the room empty. His mother's body still lay there, motionless. Just as he stood there dumbfounded, a girl's voice suddenly echoed through the room.
I'm looking for my dad.
Clearly, she was the man's daughter. Sam immediately panicked. He hastily claimed he'd never met the girl's father, but the flashlight betrayed his words the very next second.
That's my dad's.
Upon seeing the corpse in the room, the girl, sensing trouble, immediately turned and ran. Racked with guilt, Sam gave chase, but soon the rope's length reached its limit. To catch up with the girl, he defied his mother's warning and slowly untied the rope around his waist. The next instant, a bizarre scene unfolded. A monster with 3 pairs of human hands climbed a tree and vanished instantly. Before Sam could react, the monster girl reappeared suddenly. She flickered a serpentine tongue before disappearing again. As the tongue burrowed into Sam's abdomen, he collapsed unconscious on the spot. When Nolan awoke shortly after, he found Sam still seated at the bedside, as if he'd never left. But then black mist suddenly engulfed the ceiling. Sam remained frozen, as if possessed. Nolan seemed to grasp something. Summoning courage, he approached his brother, grabbed his left hand, and began reciting incantations while leaning against the wall. But in the very next instant, it seemed his brother was indeed possessed by a demon. He hurriedly slammed the door shut, only to find Sam inside had turned and suddenly blocked the doorway with the bed. He then lit a furnace fire and set the entire house ablaze. By the time Nolan realized what was happening, it was too late. With no other choice, he climbed onto the roof, hoping to find a way out. But Sam had already come outside. Watching his brother's helplessness, he picked up a camera and took a selfie facing the burning house. However, when the flames finally subsided, rescuers found Nolan in the cellar. It turned out he had crawled into the cellar at the last moment, narrowly escaping death. What was even more astonishing to him was that the world had never been destroyed at all. From the very beginning, it had been their mother hiding them. So when Nolan awoke from his unconsciousness, his first question was about his brother. Fortunately, when the rescuers moved his body aside, they discovered Sam lying quietly on the other side of the plane. Now they were all finally saved. The so-called demon's lies were exposed as false. But then, as the camera shifted, on the selfie Sam had left behind, a strange claw was suddenly resting on his shoulder. Just as Nolan was relieved they'd survived the ordeal, Sam casually uttered those words again.
He loves me more.